Right now. Hello, my name is SJ, and I am the CCO of the H7 Network. You can find us online at H7, the letter H, numeric 7 network.com. And today I come to you with this video where we are celebrating one of our valued members. And I would like to introduce you all to a gentleman that I've come to know over the past number of weeks. His name is Bob, and he is with the Growth Coach. Bob, welcome to the video, and thank you for joining me.
Oh, thank you for having me.
I appreciate you being here. I had a couple questions I wanted to ask you in regard to a program that the CEO of H7 rolled out about 3 months ago, and it's called the WinWin Initiative. For those of you who are watching this video, I've recorded some other videos that get deeper into this topic, so we're not going to get into that today, but the WinWin Initiative is something that Bob definitely latched onto, and we're going to ask him a little bit about that here in a few moments. But first, let's start. Bob, could you describe your business for those watching, please?
Sure. So I'm obviously Bob Paden with the Growth Coach of North Indianapolis, located just north of Indianapolis, in a little town called Zionsville. I'm a business coach, and I guide and lead and coach owners of small, medium-sized businesses through what I call the transition to whatever their next level business is. And typically that is done through what I call accountability partnerships. Think of it as a side-by-side engagement, not across the table engagement. And we customize that based on the owner's needs to get them from where they're at to where they want to be, and do that in a methodical and accountability method. So that's what I do.
Excellent. Well, I appreciate you sharing that, Bob. Thank you. I'd say in this area, that's definitely valuable. Another question that comes to my mind as we talk about this is, let's hear a little bit about you personally. So how long have you been a member of the H7 community? What were you doing before you got involved with the Growth Coach? Why are you even doing this? And also
Sure.
maybe what you like about H7. So any of those questions or all of them, if you can briefly share a little bit, please.
Sure. Been a H7 member just a little over a year after I bought the Growth Coach franchise. I actually bought it from a lady named Lisa Hudson, which a lot of your members probably would remember here in Indianapolis and Carmel. After she became the president of her franchise, I took and bought her territory in the franchise. And one of the first things we did as in training for the franchise itself was go to an H7 meeting where I met Clayton and participated in, I think there were probably 80 people there in that meeting. And I liked it. I've done a lot of networking events in my past, and I'll talk about that in a second. But I found H7 to be, one, Lisa recommended it, so therefore it carried some credence. And two, just the participation that we went through that day when I went was a different experience compared to some. So it made it pretty easy to join. I joined my local Carmel group here in Carmel, Indiana, where we typically pre-COVID had 20, 25 on a weekly basis. And so my experience with that has been nothing but positive. So positive that I've started my own group, and that's launching literally this week as we're talking. So in terms of my past background, I've done consulting and coaching since 2008. Long story short, over the last couple of years, coaching became my where I wanted to head versus consulting. I had a lot of consulting clients that became coaching clients, and I found myself just really enjoying that, and it got me up in the morning. So I do what I do because it gets me up in the morning and I enjoy it. And getting to see results of the work with an owner to change how they view their business and grow it, et cetera, is just a fantastic feeling, I'll be frank. So.
No, that's terrific. Thank you for sharing. And there's a lot of good nuggets in there for those watching. All right, last question I have for you today, Bob, is so we have this WinWin Initiative, and so obviously you knew enough about it, and it spoke enough to you that you are one of our August recipients. You did fantastic with sharing what H7 means to you with others, and they ended up visiting one of our events, one of our meetings. Yep. So tell us briefly a little bit about it. Why did you choose to participate?
A couple of reasons. One, it just made sense. I've enjoyed it. I've got value out of it. I've had clients who have got value out of it. So to me, it's an easy value builder to in any discussion you have, whether it's a potential client or just anybody that you bump into in a networking event or in a business meeting, et cetera. It's just another tool in the toolbox, and it's a good tool. And I think anybody that just didn't even take the time to check it out is kind of missing the trick. So I do talk about it a lot with the people I touch because it's been different than my past experiences. And as far as I'm concerned, it's a no-brainer. So if anybody's in B2B or B2C and they're looking to grow their business, there's no better way to do it than honestly H7 from a networking standpoint. So the relationships I've established over the last year, and I call that a short period of time, have been positive and engaging, and you'll develop deeper relationship with some, and that's okay. And not everybody, because there's just a lot of people, but the relationships that I have established with it have really I call it gelled. They've gelled here over the last 6 months, and that's been a really positive thing for me and my business. So.
Excellent. No, that's very well stated, and I appreciate that. So I wanted to thank you again, Bob, for
Sure.
putting a little bit of your time into talking with me today, again on behalf of H7. So once again, to quickly sum this up, Bob was one of our August 2020 celebrants as a member of the H7 Network's WinWin Initiative. I've recorded a few other videos to talk about that initiative. Feel free to watch those. Feel free to reach out to Bob on LinkedIn. He can share a little bit more of his story and such with you. I appreciate you all watching and listening to this. And again, thank you, Bob, for being here.
You bet. Thanks for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.